Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And both Chair White and Chairman Gensler, in my opening statement, I mentioned that there are some discrepancies between the rules and guidances that the two agencies are engaged in, both in terms of the substance of how they're being adopted and in terms of their actual substance. And my question to both of you is, do you agree that we need to have as much coordination on these rules and guidances as possible so that both agencies are to the maximum extent reasonably possible on the same page and on the right page? And if you agree with that, are you undertaking actions to coordinate and communicate with each other to achieve these objectives? Chair White?
I do agree with your statement, Senator Crapo, very much so. We have there may be some differences because we have different markets, different market participants, but for the most part, I think we need to strive for consistency, avoiding disruption, avoiding duplication. The staffs of the agencies have been, before my arrival and after my arrival, working together with each other, sharing drafts, and having discussions. Obviously, their differences do remain. One of the things you'll see in our proposal, where the comment period ends in August, is we actually tee up specifically that consistency question. And what I would like to see going forward, there are open issues to deal with, is even an increase in the depth of engagement at the principal level as well as the staff level.
Thank you. Chairman Gensler?
Senator, I do agree. We've been coordinating, collaborating all the way back to even the legislative phase and sharing our term sheets. If we send a term sheet or a draft memo to our commissioners, we send it to the SEC. We also share with the Federal Reserve and other U.S. regulators and internationally as well. We've gotten tremendous feedback. We do have some differences, of course, because this is the only thing we focus on, futures, commodities, and swaps, and the SEC, frankly, has so many other things. And we oversee markets called the interest rate swap markets and some markets that are so large and systemic, well over 90% of the markets. Lastly, there are some small but very important differences in the law themselves. A swap, for instance, is not a future. A securities-based swap is a security. This was embedded in the laws. It might sound like a small difference, but actually the lawyers tell me it's a big difference. And also on cross-border, Congress expressly had direction for the CFTC that was not included in the SEC. You may have heard these words, but it's about a direct and significant connection to or effect on U.S. commerce or activities. And if I have the words garbled, I apologize. But that is what we were asked to give some guidance on and did so.
Well, I appreciate your answers and encourage you to continue to try to coordinate to the maximum extent reasonably possible.